Hello everyone and welcome back to MMA Lad. In today's news, Magomed Ankalaev received a hero's return in Dagestan after win at UFC 313.
Желаю счастья тебе и здоровья. Желаю благ тебе. Земных, морских, блатных. Я знаю, ты очень даже достоин. И я говорю, живи долго и счастливо. Не важно кто.
Ankalaev went on to reveal that an immediate rematch with Alex Pereira is already in works.
Насчет реванша уже переговоры идут, пока неизвестно, кто будет следующий. Но мы согласились заранее, если хотят реванш, то мы готовы. Ну, первый звонок, как мы знаем, позвонил своей маме, показать себя, чтобы она не переживала, так как она бои не смотрит, переживает. У меня всегда первый звонок бывает к маме.
Насколько это тяжелый, долгий для тебя путь? Насколько желанная эта цель была, поиск?
Да, мы понимаем, долгое время пытались нас сломать, какие-то игра против меня, но мы решили не останавливаться, идти вперед. Это пример для многих ребят, которые хотят добиться чего-то, чтобы они не остановились, чтобы шли к своей цели, и все получится.
Would you like to see this fight run back? Let us know what you think in the comment section. And before we continue, make sure to leave a like to support the channel. Henry Cejudo thinks Pereira's lifestyle is catching up to him. Henry Cejudo is never afraid to speak his mind, and he thinks Alex Pereira's loss at UFC 313 wasn't just about the fight. It was about his lifestyle outside the cage. On the Pound for Pound podcast, Cejudo didn't hold back, saying,
First of all, Henry, I'm going to let you just dissect it. You tell me how you felt about that main event.
Yeah.
And before I give my 2 cents.
Not taking away anything from Ankalaev, because Ankalaev did beat Alex Pereira. But I will say this, I think Alex Pereira's lifestyle is finally kind of catching up to him. It's finally catching up to him, the travel, the shama, a lot of the skits and a lot of stuff that he's actually doing. It's really not doing him any service. The only reason why I say is because his body looked a little different, dude. He looked a little pudgier. He looked a little thicker in the face going in. But then too, we have to credit Magomed Ankalaev, dude. He did a really good job of his composure, bro. He didn't react to a lot of Pereira's things where, a lot of these guys are like, Pereira throws and like they'll like bring their arms. Like the dude had his hands up the whole damn time, and not just that, but Alex Pereira also has trouble with southpaws, dude. And I said it in the beginning, dude. You take away his power, yeah. Did he kick him? Cool, but Magomed Ankalaev did a really good job of kicking his legs too, man. With southpaw, he hurt Alex Pereira. You can tell in the beginning of round 1 where Alex tried to switch because that lead leg was hurt, and they both kind of had similar stance. So it's almost like you kick the kicker, and that's exactly what Magomed Ankalaev, dude. He kicked the kicker. He stayed composed, and then he was able to keep him against the cage. I mean, I personally thought it was a masterpiece of how is it that Magomed Ankalaev actually competed. A lot of people will call it boring, but that's not it, man. Whether you win by an inch or a mile, Magomed Ankalaev did a really good job, dude, of hurting him. I thought he got the better shots. He buckled him at one point, I believe in the second. It was maybe I would almost say, Kamaru, that it was either maybe 4-1 or 3-2, but it was all Ankalaev, man. Ankalaev really demonstrated and showed the fighter, the striker that he is. It was based on his composure. It was the fact that he was kicking the kicker.
Cejudo even gave credit to Ankalaev's composure, noting that Pereira struggled against a southpaw fighter who didn't react to his usual feints and pressure.
And also, as we saw in the past, dude, Alex Pereira does not do good with southpaws, because you take away that power, everything changes. So everything that I kind of talked about ended up happening, but I wasn't expecting Magomed Ankalaev to actually beat him. That was the only thing that I could say wrong, but stylistically, I feel like this was all Magomed Ankalaev, and I think Alex Pereira started complaining a little bit, oh, you hold me against the cage, well, it's your job to get out of there. You know what I'm saying? Kamaru, how many times have we held somebody against the cage and throwing knees up the middle? Like, dude, for those who have never fought before, somebody gets you against the cage and they're throwing knees to your thighs, bro, that's just as good as throwing a right hand.
But do you agree with Cejudo? Has Pereira's rise to superstardom affected his dedication to training? Brendan Schaub thinks Pereira got robbed. Not everyone agrees with the judge's decision. Brendan Schaub went off on his Thick Boy podcast, arguing that Pereira should have won rounds 1, 3, and 5. Here is what Schaub had to say.
If you don't have Alex win this fight 1, 3, and 5, you ain't shit. You ain't shit Mondays. If you don't have Alex win the first, third, I'll debate with you. I get it, but I can debate a winning round for Alex. 1 and 5, if you don't have Alex winning 1 and 5, you don't know the fucking sport. If you don't have Alex win that 5th fucking round, you don't know fighting. He clearly won that 5th round. I had it 2-2 going into the 5th. I looked at my family and I went, here we go. Alex has to win this round. Magomed did nothing, held him against the cage. That's it on that 5th round. Prior to that, he was getting fucked up. That 5th round, clear as day. Clear as day. That being said, we got to give credit to Ankalaev, who I'm not a huge fan of, but the guy's fucking talented. He's tough as fuck. It's a nightmare for the UFC that he won. A nightmare. Look at Dana's face.
Schaub believes Pereira's fear of takedowns hurt his game plan, but even with that, he still should have won the fight.
The whole narrative on Alex losing at UFC 313 is Alex Pereira didn't fight like Alex. Alex Pereira fought his first quote-unquote grappler and was so consumed and so worried about getting taken down, he didn't fight like he just traditionally fights. You look at, I think he's threw less than 15% of shots to the head. You're not knocking out anybody with those numbers. The odds of you knocking out a guy at a high level when only 15% of your output is less than 15% is slim to fucking none. And the one thing that bothered me is in the first round, when he sits down, what's the first thing he says? My takedown defense is good, right? And Glover goes, yeah. Listen, you got to quit going back. They're like, yeah. It's not shit, man. It's not like you're not fighting Khabib. But Alex was so consumed about getting taken down. It's all he cared about. Sure, you defended 11 out of 11 shots. Kudos. But you lost the fight, dude, because you didn't do what got you to the party, dude.
He also pointed out how Dana White's facial expression after the fight said it all.
I knew Ankalaev won before Bruce Buffer read off anything because I always look at Dana in the back. You can tell by his face. He's looking at Bruce Buffer and he just goes, fuck. It's a nightmare that Ankalaev's champ. It's a complete disaster across the board. He beat their biggest star. What I tell you guys, the pressure is on Alex in this fight because the butterfly effect leads to heavyweight with Tom Aspinall, which heavyweight's never been worse. That thing is a complete disaster.
But was it really a robbery or just a close fight? Let us know what you think by leaving a comment down in the comment section. Michael Bisping disagrees with Brendan Schaub. Michael Bisping completely disagrees with Schaub's take. On his Believe You Me podcast, Bisping and Paul Felder roasted Schaub for calling the fight a robbery. Bisping said,
"There's people online calling it a robbery. I don't know if you saw this. People online, ARIEL HELWANI said that Pereira should have won. Brendan Schaub has done a big video saying that Pereira should have won. Oh, here we go.
I did not think Alex Pereira won that fight at all.
So that would mean you thought Ankalaev won round 5.
I guess so, yeah.
You don't know what the hell you're talking about. You don't know the sport,
I know.
Paul.
It's so funny when guys, yeah, but that's Brandon Schaub, right? He's going to say the most ridiculous shit. He knows he's going to get a ton of hate either way for it, and he's willing to just put stuff out there like that, which, hey, I'm glad he's committed to it, but that's complete bullshit.
In round 5, the one that's in question there, and it's crazy because 2 judges did give it to Alex Pereira, which I do find kind of wild. I thought it was a shutout, 4 rounds to 1. Pereira takes the first, and then he gets it. Was it the best fight? No. Was it a domination? No. But if you had to score it for someone, I think Ankalaev was the one going forward, the one pressuring, the one trying to get the takedowns, the one controlling up against the fence, the one landing big knees, and certainly the one landing the bigger, more relevant punches and landing more of them. He was ahead on the strike count. But in the 5th round, he landed a couple of good knees. He had some control time. He landed a couple of good right hands. And Pereira threw like 1 or 2 shots. I think he had a good jab. But I watched it back last night. I had it Magomed Ankalaev all day long. 2, 3, 4, 5.
It's clear Bisping doesn't think it was a robbery. Do you agree with him? Alex Pereira in good spirit after UFC 313. Meanwhile, Pereira shared a video on his Instagram where he appeared very relaxed and in good spirit despite the shocking loss to Ankalaev at UFC 313. Here is the clip.
Chama. Sauna.
Jamal Hill claps back at haters after predicting Ankalaev's win. Before UFC 313, Jamal Hill predicted that Ankalaev would beat Pereira. Fans weren't happy, calling him a hater. Now that he was proven right, Hill had something to say. In a new YouTube video, Hill addressed the criticism.
The main event, Magomed Ankalaev versus Alex Pereira. Pretty much, I'm gonna toot my own horn on this because I believe before, whenever we played the game that we play on War Council and I did my breakdown, I felt like I did a really good breakdown, breaking it down each side, gave my unbiased opinion on what I saw from everything, and it turned out to be right. Everybody called me a hater, said I was hating and all these other things, like, which is just like, it's just crazy, bro. Like, it like, some of this shit has showed me the childish mindsets of some people, you know, just to think that a grown-ass man like myself who's been doing it, I mean, I'm at the top of the game, living out my dream and everything like that. What reason do I have to hate on another fighter that has success? I have success. I'm successful. So that was kind of crazy, but I gave my unbiased breakdown and it turned out to be pretty accurate. If you can go on the page and actually watch some of the breakdown. Matter of fact, I got a little of it.
Hill isn't letting the hate get to him. Let us know what you think about his take. Prochazka fires back at Ankalaev's trash talk. Jiri Prochazka isn't happy with Magomed Ankalaev's recent comments. After UFC 313, Prochazka offered to fight either Pereira or Ankalaev next. But instead of a respectful response, Ankalaev called him a fraud and said he didn't deserve a title shot. Prochazka wasn't having it.
Ankalaev, because his style and his mouth, what he's saying is something what I don't like it. I don't like it. I like all the people. I like except him, but he is too much. Except his last tweet on me. Yeah, I don't know, man. He don't know me. I don't know him personally. Okay, one thing what I can say to the Ankalaev, he can think whatever he wants. But I know that only person who's a fraud is him, because when I met him in UFC Performance Institute in Las Vegas, he was there, he was very nice, he was friendly, hello, nice to meet you, all good. And right now, he's a superstar and a big gangster. And right now he's playing this game and he is hyped in that. I understand. He won the title against worst performance Alex Pereira. And only fraud person here is a Magomed Ankalaev.
Would you like to see Prochazka versus Ankalaev next? Or should Pereira get an immediate rematch? Let us know what you think by leaving a comment down in the comment section. And if you enjoyed the updates, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily MMA news. Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.